guys, welcome back to another episode of Pretty Psycho Podcast. I'm your host Nav. To my left, I have my co-host
Tracy, and in front of me we have a repeat guest. We've got Rico. Let me introduce him to you guys. Actually, no, scrap that bit. Let me allow him to introduce you to speak. Wow. Hi Rico, tell us about yourself.
Lovely to see you lot again. Obviously, for those, I was on an episode like a couple months ago.
Yeah, I think
Maybe.
it was 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
A bit more than that now.
It was one of our
Maybe
earlier guests, guys.
Yeah.
Men's mental health though.
Yeah, and
Make sure you watch it.
yes, for those viewers who are returning viewers, I'm still the same Rico. For the new viewers, I'm Rico. I do a few things. I do content creation. I do modelling. I do mental health work, and I look fly. So you know what I mean. That's all the things that I do on a daily basis.
I look fly.
We look fly.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So, guys, we have got some similar content for you guys. So, obviously, as you all know, Rico's sitting on our sofa, which means we're going to have some deep conversations today.
We love the deep conversations.
So, let's all compose
My name isn't Nav
ourselves.
Deep for no reason.
Yeah, me.
We
Let's
come
have a
with the
deep breath in.
conversations.
Deep breath out. There you go.
Right,
Now we
I love
locked
it.
in.
I feel a bit more. I feel de-stressed now.
Feel de-stressed.
I came in very
She
stressed.
came
guys.
in on smoke.
No, guys. I was running 40 minutes late due to some very deep things that happened. But anyways, I feel de-stressed after that.
Mm-hmm.
Deep breath. We can carry on.
One
now,
more
kids.
deep breath in. Deep breath out.
This one goes out to you, Nav.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you.
So, guys, before we sort of started this podcast, Rico has mentioned to me, whilst we were waiting for Miss Navdeep over here, that he would like to talk about something in specific, and he would like to talk about UK culture. So, this is just, I don't have words today. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's cool.
Okay, so, guys, off the bat, we're going to ask Rico. Rico, what do you think UK culture consists of?
I think there's two types of UK culture, right? I think the UK culture you have when you're growing up, and then the UK culture when you have money and you're older. I think UK culture growing up, I'm so lucky. And I think you lot will say it as well, like, so lucky to grow up, like, in the UK, And I think sometimes, me included, like, sometimes we take that for granted, like, growing up in the UK, like, we were just talking about how much you could do with £3 on a Saturday in the UK when we was growing up. Now, I don't want to say my age because I'm a little bit old, but a couple of years ago, £3 will get you a lot. You could go get chicken and chips. You can go get a drink. You want to go get a little sweet. And I think that, in the simplicity of it, was UK culture growing up. And I think me being probably a bit of a nostalgia merchant, I miss it, I miss, I think I seen, who was it? I think Central C said it. He goes, I miss the struggle. And do you know what? When I heard that, I didn't quite get it. But now when I reminisce and I look back at my own life and I look back at the way UK culture was, even just like far back as maybe even 10 years ago, like, I miss that struggle. There was simplicity in it.
Yeah. Life was easier back then, I think.
But we were struggling, which is
You
that.
were struggling, but at that age, your biggest struggle probably was like, not for everyone, but going to school, like, will I have enough money to get that chicken chips?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
That is actually, you're actually so right on that. I remember every single day after school, we'd go to Chicken Supreme, get a burger, chips, and a drink.
For me, it was chicken cottage, but yeah.
Yeah,
Chicken
like, do
cottage.
you know what I mean?
And do you know what? Do you know what's insane? Because me and Rico were just talking about this earlier. Literally, you used to go to school with your little BlackBerry 360 that you had in your hand.
Yeah.
And you'd have about £1 to £2.50
Them JD
in your
bags
pocket.
as well.
The
Yeah.
JD bags that are not
coloured
even
ones as
made
well.
of bags. They weren't made of bags.
yeah.
They were plastic.
Black Air Forces.
Black Air
Second,
Forces.
plastic, which we have to pay 30p for now. By the way,
Wait, what did you just say?
they weren't even
No,
bags.
but it's 40p now.
It's 40p.
I went to Asda today with my mom, and the woman wanted to scan the bag because, respectfully, I don't pay for bags. Like, I just
Who
click
does?
No bag.
Who does?
She scanned it for me, and it was 40p for a bag.
Extortionate.
Or just the little plastic one?
Yes,
the plastic
40p.
bag. No, that's insane. But anyway, you'd have them
Inflation,
bags.
inflation.
You'd have your little Air Forces. I personally wore white ones because I'm special. But some people
Needs.
had black Air Forces, And, you know, you'd go to the chicken shop after the school. Literally, you'd buy your free wings and chips or your whatever. Then you'd go over to the corner shop right next to the chicken shop, buy yourself a drink. Sometimes you'd even get it from the corner. No, listen.
Is it just
and your
me,
5p Fredos.
Oh my god,
5p
I remember
Fredos.
them.
Why did I say Fredos? Fredos.
It's Fredos, no?
Fredos?
Fredos, whatever, same thing.
Yeah.
But it used to taste a lot better back then, I think, though.
Everything used to taste better because it was
Yeah.
cheap. Like, you had no money. I would ask my dad for about £10 for like 2 weeks. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
like-
it. Oyster was free. Now even kids are paying for Oyster.
Is it?
Yeah.
What, like,
You
even-
start secondary school at 11. You're paying from 11.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure.
No.
Maybe I'm chatting shit.
I'm pretty sure. I
But
don't-
my
I don't
sister
know
asked
about
money
that.
for bus money.
Maybe she wants money for something else.
I'm gonna punch her. You know this? No, listen. Even kids nowadays, they still go to the corner shop. But why are they paying? She'll take like £5 and it'll be finished.
Yeah, because Tracy, inflation. Do you not understand?
Fucking inflation.
Everything is pricey now. Life is not the same anymore.
But in terms of like that whole thing about the struggle and like missing it, I think it's important because when we look at our culture, like being from the UK, like the way we were like even exposed to like so many different cultures as a kid. Like we were just talking about how like I could go into a classroom when I was a kid and there will be in my table there will be an Algerian, a Moroccan, a Nigerian, Jamaican, me being from Indian descent, like, and having that, I even almost kind of missed that where like we were exposed at such a young age in school, like whether it be your primary, your secondary school, and being around so many different people and embracing each other. And I think in today's day and age, I feel like we're all quite selected into our pockets and we sit there. Whereas in school and being in school and then being from, you know, having that opportunity to be exposed to all different types of culture, I feel like it's not there as much today. Like I feel like if you are what you are, you stick to it and that's cool. And everyone's entitled to do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. But I feel like back then, it was like so fun. Like I remember like when I first found out about Vibes Cartel, when I first, my Jamaican friend had a little BlackBerry and the speakers didn't really work that properly. So even if you put it all the way to full volume, well, not really full volume. And he showed me a song and I thought, whoa, my mind was like blown. I went home on the dinner table just like this, still trying to remember the song, still trying to remember something. And I think stuff like that, I even miss as well. But also like we were talking about the clothes. Like who remembers Adidas Superstars?
Oh my god.
never
I had
liked
a
them
black
though,
pair,
man.
I had a
Oh,
white
you
never
didn't
pair.
liked them.
Are you mad?
I never liked them.
Or even just Air Forces.
Air Forces. Yeah, but Air Forces
Air
will
Forces,
never
how much
go
were they back
dead
then?
though,
They were
innit?
like
That's
£50, £60.
95.
Oh my god, I used to buy
97s.
my Air Forces for £40.
Yeah.
£40 for Air Force. You know now? Now listen, the words are not leaving my mouth today. I'm a star or something. I think I've developed the star. But now Air Forces for junior, and I buy my shoes from
They're like,
junior
what,
section.
70?
They're like £70.
Yeah.
You're mad. As a man, you're paying more than £100 for Air Forces.
Nah, do you remember
Air
the wheelie
Forces.
shoes?
What?
Did you
The
lot-
Wheelie
yeah, I
shoes.
used to
Oh
love
my
them.
god.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, yeah, I was dead broke, so I couldn't get any wheelie shoes. But when I used to see kids with like the wheelie, I used to be so jealous of them.
I used
I
to
used to
love
think,
them.
damn, like, I want a pair.
I
of those.
can't lie, I had them, yeah, but I couldn't let go of the side. I can't lie to you.
Same.
lot. I used to
Same.
like be like, wee,
Same.
just like not letting go of the
You know,
side.
you turn like you'd like let them out, yeah, whilst you're
Bro, I'm
holding
just
onto
not good at
something.
my feet. Even I went ice skating 2 years ago. I didn't let go of the side. I don't know how to ice. I can't do these things.
Let me ask you a lot of questions. So if you were to go back to being maybe 10, 11, 12, like, what is something you'd appreciate more back then that you probably didn't when you were
Time,
time?
110% time. Because when you're that age, yeah, cool. You go to school, whatever. You come back at 3 p.m. and you're literally spending time with your parents, with your siblings.
Yeah.
Now, whereas we work and some of us work longer hours than others, you don't really get to see your family as much.
Yeah.
So I think time would probably be the thing I'd value the most.
What about you?
Respectfully, that chicken and chips, man.
You can go get that right now.
No, but it's not the
It's not
same.
for
It's not
£1.50,
the
and
same,
it does
but-
not taste the same.
No,
It doesn't taste the same.
that. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, that's materialistically what I'd miss. But I think time as well. I think just, not even just time, but I think wisdom. I would appreciate the wisdom that people give me. Because, you know, when you're younger,
yeah.
people are giving you advice and you're hearing them and you're like even teachers. Sometimes teachers gave some A1 advice, you know, and they'll be like, oh, when I was your age, da, 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 and you're just thinking, yeah, you were
Shut
my
up.
age decades ago. Shut up. Like,
Literally.
I don't know why you're still talking. And then I think now, like, listening back to that, like, oh my, like Mr. Da-da-da said this to me like a couple of years ago. That is insane. Like, or like you know, recently, like not recently, I'll say like 2 years ago, I still used to have like my siblings in secondary school, and my friends used to go to the same secondary school that I used to go to, and I used to go with them just to see the teachers, because some teachers genuinely have an impact on you, but you don't realize it until after you've left. And I used to just go with them to their parents' evening, like just so I can see my teachers. Like, oh my god, look at me where I am now. I've graduated. Like, I've done this, I've done that. And, like, I'm working like wherever. And I think like you don't realize that when you're in that period of time, because you're thinking, I want to get out of school, I want to work, I want to get a car, I want to get whatever. And now you're doing all of that and you're like, I don't want to be here. I want to do something else.
That's actually very true. When you're younger, you want to be older. When you're older, you want to be younger. It's so weird.
It's like a weird yo-yo.
It is.
Literally.
Where you are in the present, you want to go back to the past. And when you're in the past, you want to go to the future. Yeah. We all, I think, do you know what we fail to like actually realize? I think some of us, even right now, we might not be where we want to be in life, but we probably have a lot of the things we wished for. And I think it's very hard, especially in this day and age, where there's so much social media, so many people at young ages doing such great things, which is great on them, don't get me wrong, but I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves, and we just need to be in the present a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
It's difficult, I think.
I think that was very well worded as well. I think if I were to like go back and if I could appreciate, I think two things. I think that whole thing about like, instead of me wanting to just leave school and like grow up, appreciate being a kid, I didn't really appreciate that. I think I was ignorant to the fact that I was a kid. I think I was like, I always thought I was a lot older than I actually was. Not just because of like being a kid and you just want to be older, but also like, you know, life kind of hit me like pretty fast as a kid. So I was always like trying to grow up quicker than I actually probably needed to. But also like, I think education, like I was so growing up, I was so ignorant to education. Like I believed that like education wasn't important. Although like I went on, I got a degree, like I did well for myself. I feel like just, you know, that seek of knowledge, like I wish I had the seek of knowledge that I have now. I wish I had that when I was a kid, because outside of just education, but also like learning more about life, then, you know, could have probably had like a good effect on me now, you know? Does that make sense? So for like any kid watching this, or like anybody watching this, you know, like, although we talk about the past, although we may, you know, are excited for the future, sometimes as well, just enjoy the present that you're living in, because today won't ever come again. Like the 18th of January 2025, that will never happen again. So just enjoy it, like enjoy today. Like, yeah, some stuff may not be going your way. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 bills ain't paid. Yeah, okay, I understand that, but enjoy it. Enjoy what you have. Enjoy what you're doing, and, you know, even if you can't find a smile, you know, sometimes create a smile, you know, because we're always in search for something else to make us happy, when, you know, being you is probably the thing that will probably make you the most happiest when you actually look at it, you know. Like, there ain't ever going to be another version of you. There ain't going to be another version of Rico. I hope not. Not another version of you two. As close as you lot are, and as similar as you lot, you're still you, and I think smiling about that, you know, today, and being present today is really, really important, you know? Make sense?
Yes.
Agreed.
I do agree.
Very much agreed.
There's never going to be another me.
Yeah,
I hope not. I don't think I can deal with 2 of you.
I
barely
don't
deal with
know
one of
why
you.
you're on smoke today.
Not even on
It's not necessary, I promise
Do
you.
you know what the funny thing is? Like, literally 5 minutes before this podcast, we were literally talking about, yo, imagine if people crash out on a podcast. Imagine if people crash out on a
Do you know what? I was coming in here again. I was on the phone to my girl. I was like, listen, I just need to calm down. I'm fine. I'm just going to go there, be like, everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to be completely calm and collected. Which I am. Thank you very much.
She's not.
I am.
I promise you.
No.
Have I done something to her?
You actually have. Do you know what? I didn't want to really air out a dirty
No,
laundry
please
right now.
air it. What better place?
On a podcast, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't want to embarrass you, so I'm not going to do that.
Don't embarrass me, because I know I've not done anything. I've not done anything. So this
You know, it's so
rubbish
easy to
she's
annoy her.
talking.
She's
Rubbish.
The
She's
easiest
talking.
person
No,
to
because
annoy.
this girl knows, yeah, I have like crippling anxiety when it feels like people are angry at me. Like the one thing I cannot feel is that people are annoyed at me. If I feel like you're annoyed at me, I will crash out. Like I will be like, no.
Crash out. I'm annoyed
I
at
will
you.
turn up to your
Maybe I
yard
am annoyed at
with
you.
a stereo,
She
even though I
actually-
don't know if I've done anything wrong. So this girl, yeah, she's always like, when she's annoyed, you know, the first question I'll ask her, is it me? Have I done something? I know I've not done anything. So
And
I'm
what
like,
do I say? No.
I know, I still bug out. I don't know what to say to you.
Because then that's a you problem.
Why
know
them
what,
two
yeah?
are arguing? Yeah. Got a fresh trim, by the way, guys. So.
So Rico looks good, guys. Rico looks good.
Yeah.
He looks fly. He looks fly.
He looks fly.
guys.
I showed you not the shoes. You know what I mean? But look,
Do you know what? Just
You might as well just show them at this point.
He really took
he
them
takes
off.
off his
He's taken off his shoes.
I really don't like them. I'm so sorry. I really don't.
It's the silver and the gold.
I really
just
don't like
all of
them.
it.
I'm so sorry.
They're dad shoes. Do you
They
have
actually
something you'd like
are.
to tell the podcast about?
so,
You got a kid
so
on the way.
Go kid. Kid
You
on
got a
the way.
me,
Yeah.
not that I know of. I hope
Rico's
not.
mom. Just
But
Pay
look, for those,
attention.
look, they're the A6 Kayona
You
14.
trying to
They
smell your
don't
shoes or
know. They
something?
don't
What
know.
are you trying to do?
They don't know. But you know, they fly.
Do you know what? We're just not that generation yet.
yeah.
You know, like
They're
how
bit-
old are you again, Rico?
Me.
Yeah.
he's 21. What are you talking about?
I think he's at 27.
Okay,
Oh, no.
okay, okay.
Oh, no.
Or
Look,
you 25?
I am 23.
Is it?
Why are you so disappointed? Yeah.
He's not 23.
He's
I
chatting shit,
am
innit?
23.
Say
No,
swear to
you're
God.
not.
Swear to- I'm born on I'm born in 2001.
You know, he had to calculate it. This
Nah,
guy.
I wouldn't put my
all
actual like
jokes aside,
birthday.
Are you actually 23?
Have you
Genuinely.
got a driving license?
Yeah, I ain't got it with me.
Why not?
Okay, so what do you mean he's not our generation, bro? What kind of generation is he living in wearing them shoes? I'm confused now.
Oh, see,
These
I
are
thought he was older than
fire.
23.
These
I
are
don't know what to
fire.
say.
Okay, look, comment section.
Yeah.
When they put this in on TikTok or their Instagram or on their YouTube, yeah, I know that.
Let's
Yeah,
make sure you comment the truth
A6.
about those shoes.
yeah. Anyway, next question.
Right.
Right.
Go on, Tracy. Get into it.
So,
The
we're going to
nitty-gritty.
now get into the questions that we've actually planned for you. I've told you the first one. So, I'm going to mix it up and not ask you the first one because you know that. So, I'm going to give you more time to not think about that question.
Okay, cool.
How do you find the motivation to carry on despite, obviously, we've just had a conversation about growing up in the struggle. I think everyone here in their own ways grew up struggling. I think a lot of like working class people in the UK grew up struggling in their own ways, you know? So how did you find the motivation to carry on whilst growing up in the struggle? It's caught you off guard there, didn't I?
By purchasing a pair of these A6s first.
Oh
of
my
all.
God.
No. Okay,
Blood
okay.
Jesus.
Okay, so, what's the question again? So, sorry.
I just got a notification that Arsenal's losing, so can we please like...
Okay.
My brother's
but-
at one of the football matches today.
Well, they're losing, so
No, he's at
I'm
Liverpool.
not having a good day.
Liverpool vs Brentford. That's where he is.
No, this is Arsenal versus Aston
Arsenal
Villa,
shit.
and they're drawing.
shit.
You're
Come
shit.
on, you
look like
Spurs.
shit.
Anyway, so, what was the question?
The question is, how do you find the motivation to
Mm.
carry on despite having grown up in the struggle? So even now, and even before, like whilst you're growing up, how did you find the motivation to keep going, to strive for more, I guess?
I think motivation it's a weird thing, and I always feel like it is a weird thing because it comes and goes. Like, I'm not always motivated. I'm not always excited to do things. I have to do things because I have to do things, but I'm not always motivated to like want to do things. I think if I always solely relied on motivation, I don't think I would have achieved 75% of the things I achieved. I think I use motivation when it's there to like accelerate what I'm doing, but relying on it, I don't think I would be able to do what I'm doing today. I think the biggest thing for me is like I've had a clear vision of like what I wanted from like a young age, and now the script may have changed in terms of I may have taken this path to get there, but then I might have to take another path and then another path and then another path, right? But I'm disciplined to the fact that I want to make the most of my life, and that's so important. And I think anybody should have that at least that level of self-respect to yourself, that you're on this earth, you've been given an amazing opportunity. If you actually found out the statistic of you actually being born, like, you'd appreciate your life 10 times more. And I just want to make the most of it. And now, being from the struggle, I think, growing up the way I grew up, whatever, I think it adds that little bit of extra like grit to my teeth that I want to do it more. But I don't disregard anybody who's grown up in, let's just say, a better socio-economic space, because they're entitled to their own struggle as well. I just think, for me personally, and I can only speak about me, is that I just want to make the most out of my life. Like I don't want to look back at my life and say, I didn't take this opportunity, I didn't take that opportunity, I didn't do this because I was scared, or I didn't do this because I was too worried about people's opinions. I just want to make sure that whenever God, calls me to come up, I just want to look back at the journey and just feel like, you know what, I may not even achieved everything I wanted to achieve, but at least I tried. And trying is so important. And I hope somebody here is listening that it's okay that some things may not, blossom into an amazing flower. I think the fact that you're putting water in it every day is just as important, because you don't know what roots are going to be growing elsewhere. Oh, God, that was a bar. Anyway.
He's really feeling himself today, isn't it? He's really feeling himself.
But I think that is really, really important. And I remember there was one time when I was a kid. I forgot what the magazine was. I need to remember. It was like an old rap magazine. Like, it used to have like all like the rappers on it. Oh, it's gonna kill me to find out. Okay, if I find it for you lot, could you lot just like insert it there?
Yeah.
Okay, if I find it, I'm gonna send it to you lot. But it was a magazine, and it was a rap magazine. I love rap music. And I was just flicking through it, and I remember seeing this one page, and it was like 50 Cent, right? And it showed 50 Cent's like little biography, little thing of how he became a rapper. And the way he became a rapper is because he literally woke up one day and said, I'm becoming a rapper. And now we all know 50 Cent. How ridiculous is that? He just woke up. He didn't even want to be a rapper growing up. He just woke up one day and was like, I'm a rapper. I'm going to become a rapper. Like, having that sense of like confidence within yourself, having that sense of like reassurance, and like you being able to like say something and just sticking to that, I think that is just so. And I looked at that and I'm thinking, wow, he can just say that, and I can just say anything and just make it happen, no? And I'm not 50 Cent, but I'm Rico, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm in my journey, and I think stuff like that is really, really important. So yeah, so in terms of like the motivation, I may not have it every day, but having the fact that I want to make the most out of my life would always be there. Every day I wake up, okay, cool, how can I make the most of today? Type, you feel me?
I think the way you speak to yourself is really, really
yeah. We spoke about that on the last podcast as well. Like, that's really, really important. Like, those conversations are like some of the most important ones for me. Like, we all have a day like where we look in the mirror and like, today just ain't that day. Today just ain't the day. Or you may get a phone call that like you didn't want to hear, or you may get some news that you want to hear. But being able to like have that conversation with yourself to face whatever you're facing is so much more important before you go out to an external source, whether that be a friend, a parent, a legal guardian, or whoever it may be. Learning how to have these certain conversations with yourself is so important, because I'm telling you, and I learned this the hard way, and you can take this advice for the people who are watching. You don't have to take it if you don't want to. No one knows you better than you, right? You spend every waking minute with yourself. So looking to yourself for advice, and looking to yourself to seek help, and looking to yourself for answers is so important before you go elsewhere, But then again, that's just my opinion. So, that's my little advice. Take it if you don't want it. Don't take it. It's all good as well.
No, I agree with that.
Most
You're actually right. Yeah. Before actually going to anyone else, you should talk to yourself about it, because do you know what? It's probably there's probably quite a few things that you don't even tell your best friend about how you are as a person. There's some things that we genuinely just keep to ourselves. So you're right in terms of you are the only person that knows you 100%.
There's a quote I read, and it said, most of the answers you're in search of are within you.
It's just finding them though. But then again, it's like finding yourself as well. I think we spoke about this last time too. Yeah. We all know ourselves to a certain extent, but we don't know ourselves fully yet. Maybe we won't even know ourselves fully until we're 30 years old. But it's a journey. Like, I think things that happen in life, whether it's trauma, whether it's, I don't know, relationships, friendships, whatever it is, bit by bit, we kind of piece ourselves together, I think. I think things and experiences that happen to us help us find ourselves. Traveling, whatever it is, we piece ourselves together bit by bit, brick by brick.
Most definitely. And I don't think, I think, in my opinion, I think everyone dies not knowing themselves 100%. You may even know yourself 99.9%, because every day is a new journey in that story, you know. But being okay with the fact that you might know majority of yourself is really, really cool as well. Because think about it, like, nobody knows you better than you. Nobody does. That your parents may know you to a certain point, but they will only ever see you from your parents' perspective. Your friends will only see you from your friends' perspective. Your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be, may only see you from their perspective. But only you know you from yours perspective. And I think that is, I think that's a pretty cool thing. I think that's pretty exciting as well. Like, I get excited thinking about things like that. Like, oh my God, like, yeah, I'm 23, but God willingly, I have another more 20 years. And what am I going to look like when I'm 43? What am I going to look like when I'm 53? What's my mindset going to be like when I'm 63? Like, stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. And it's exciting as well.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Much agreed, I think.
You feel me?
Do you want to answer the question?
What answer question? What?
The same question
The
that
same
we
question.
just asked Rico,
What's the
you
question?
joker. This one's lost it today, I'm telling you.
No, listen, I'm telling you, I don't know what's
I've come
wrong with
late,
me
but
today. I'm not.
you're
My
the one that's
mind's not here.
The question was like...
Oh, I've got it on my phone.
Oh,
don't
okay,
worry.
okay. Okay.
No, I
Oh,
think
he's actually trying to help.
Thank you. I appreciate you. But I think so. Me personally, I think it's very similar to what you've said. Basically, like, you always have to think to yourself, like, where do I want to be? Like, I always like to think of myself, and I don't want to think about what do I want to do, like, really, really long term. I like to think 5 years time, where do I want to be? Or even like 2 years time, where do I want to be? Like, what I planned for myself in 5 years time 2 years ago is completely different to what I have planned for myself now in 5 years time. And I think what I will say is, like, moving, like, just as you go through life, your idea for yourself is going to change constantly. And I think personally, as I was saying, I do this for myself. It might not work for other people, but me, I like to just look 5 years from now. What do I want to do? What do I want to be? How do I want to look? How do I want to act? What kind of money do I want to have? Where do I want to live? Etc. And all of that, in that present moment, I will work towards. But if that changes, it's okay. Do you get what I mean? I think when I was younger, I used to always think to myself, like, I have to be driving this car. I have to have this much money in my bank account. I have to live in this area and be with this kind of guy and do this and do that. And I think now, like, as I've grown older, again, this is just me, I don't know, like, if other people feel the same, but as I've grown older, life does not always go the way you want it to go. And sometimes things will come in the way that sometimes your ideas will change, sometimes what you want to do for yourself will change, sometimes what other people influence you in ways, maybe good, maybe bad, but you as a person will change. And I think me personally, I'm really, really working to just embrace that. Just embrace the fact that you might not have the same mentality that you had a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 years ago. That's me personally. That's how I deal with it. And, you know, and also just really, really, really good budgeting. Because, wow, I can make £20 last the whole month. But when I get paid, my money will disappear out of my bank account. So budgeting.
You're just shit at saving.
Now I'm good.
You don't.
Now I'm good. But this is why I'm saying. Do you know how many different methods of saving I've tried? And some of them have worked, some of them haven't. Like, I've tried to send my money to Egypt to save. Like, I'm
You
still
just
doing.
buy things you don't need. You don't need
Yeah,
them.
but this is what I'm saying to you. Like, this changed. Like, now, in the last 6 months, I've managed to save more than I have in the last 3 years.
Give a round of applause.
Thank you so much. But then I think that's why, because I think sometimes I'm like, oh, I need this or I want this. Like, I wanted to buy a new car recently because I had my car was on finance. I finished it off now. And I thought to myself, the moment I finish it off, I'm going to buy a new car. And I've now paid it off and I'm like, no, I love my car. I'm going to keep my car. I don't need, exactly. Okay, relax, hello. Just go baiting out my government. My car's government.
You know, no one would have known that unless you... Okay.
Fine. I'm joking. No, but yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. I think... this is what I was trying to say. Your mentality for yourself changes. And I think before I never really used to think like saving. Like I used to think like if I need it, I'm going to have it because I work and because whatever. But I think for me, I didn't really think so much about the long term for a very long time. And then when I did think about the long term, I always thought set plan. This is what I'm gonna have. This is what I'm gonna do. But now I'm just live life as you go. You know.
Yeah, like
Jump off the edge.
I
Why not?
think
Just
having
jump on
like
It's like-
such a concrete plan. I think it has like its pros and cons. And if you have a concrete plan, at least you have like a step of how to get somewhere, right? But life is not step by step. And I think trying to create something when life itself isn't step by step, I think that's, for me personally, it's a very challenging thing, because anything can come up, anything could happen, something unexpected could happen tomorrow. Okay, and if it affects that step by step process, it's very hard to, adjust and, try to change. But if you have a mindset of the fact that, yeah, this is what the end goal looks like, but how we get there, we'll figure it out as we go along.
I think that happens with every aspect of life, though. It could happen with friendships, relationships. Like, you could have an end goal in mind when it comes to even a relationship, a friendship, a job, like even a normal goal.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be a straight line. Like, things will come up along the way, and you're always going to have to adjust like your plans or whatever it is. But as long as you have, I think, an end goal of where you want to be, and you have some sort of steps, then you can make it work. Like, you have to be able to adjust things in life, because like you said, anything can happen. Like, God forbid, someone can die, your mental health can crash, you can break up with your partner, your mental health can crash, you don't want to do anything. Like, shit happens in life, innit? But I think in terms of the question, like the motivation thing, you're right. You don't have motivation every single day. Like, I don't know one person that can sit there and say they're motivated every single day to go to work, go train, go do anything. It's purely over a period of time, you become disciplined to do these things because you have to do them. And on top of that, I think it's how you perceive things. Like, all of us have trauma. All of us have been through shit. It's how you perceive it. You want to get somewhere in life. As you said, you want to make something out of your life. You got to go get it. You got to go hit that grind. You got to go get the bag. Like, you just have to do it. Maybe at the time I don't want to do it, but in the end, it's going to make you feel better when you achieve that goal.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think the biggest thing I'd say to like anybody, is a quote that I read very recently. And I think, and the quote said, if you never give up on your life, you can never lose that life. So no matter what's going on, I don't know what you lot are going through. I don't know all the individual stories in all the viewers, but if you just never give up on your life, if you never become content with your situation, you're always looking to just improve a little bit every day. Don't look to make, gigantic leaps every day. Just try to make a little step forward, put your left foot forward, then your right.
That just made me
Just
laugh.
walk, just walk.
I got told I walk wonky today. Sorry for cutting you off. Do I walk wonky, by the way, Tracy?
I don't think so.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Thank you. Just wanted to ask.
But I think, like never giving up on your life, and and you can never lose at it, and I think there's a real beauty in that, because it at least gives you an opportunity and a reason to wake up tomorrow to at least have a go at it again, That's what I think anyway.
No, agreed.
But yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. Next question, Mr. Rico, Mr. Fly. How do you deal with fake people in this age?
I think, you're gonna have
I
to
want
let
the water bottle.
Rico think about this one for a little
Rico can think. Rico has time.
You like my flavoured water, then I see.
So, I think dealing with fake people is to not deal with them at all. I think, in my opinion, your circle or the people you are around is a reflection of who you are first.
Fact.
So if you around 10, please put the camera on me when I do this, 10 bums, you'll be the 11th one. I think you around 10 people who are striving at their goals, and not every single person in that circle will be where they need to be, but at least they're striving for it, you'll be the 11th one. I think fake people in this day and age, and in life in general, whether it be anywhere, like it all comes out eventually, you know. But being true to you, sticking to your roots. Listen, people are gonna disappoint you. People are guaranteed to disappoint you. Guaranteed. Even the closest person to you will disappoint you somehow, some way. And that sounds really sad and upsetting and whatever.
I'm sorry.
It's just that it's
You've
just
done it already, don't
You see what I mean?
I just think people are going to disappoint you. And this may not even be their fault sometimes. Remember, everybody has their own journey. Remember, everybody has their own story. Everyone has their own life. Everyone has their own thing. People disappoint us. People end up being fake to us because we expect people to be who we are. And when they're not.
That's actually so true, you know.
And they're not. You're you, I'm me. And we're all beautiful people.
It's
and
also
we're
with morals as well.
Yeah.
Though. Not everyone has the
the
same
same morals.
as
So
us.
you can't feel a type of way, or you can't feel bad for somebody else's actions. Everyone's entitled to do whatever they want to do. We all preach it every single day. I'll walk into a meeting, and you know everyone's got their own opinion about what the next move is. You lot will go to work, and you have your opinion of what you're doing for work. Your colleague next to you will have their opinion. You can't feel bad, or you shouldn't be made to feel bad based on other people's actions. Listen, fake people, it all comes out eventually. But also at the same time, when stuff does come out, because eventually it does, God is watching. God is good. You feel me?
Calm as a bitch.
You get me? It all comes out. Your reaction to it is the most important thing. Now, if you sit there and you crash out, or you react, or you get angry and upset, and you have all these emotions which are normal, I think that says more about you and less about their action. Now, if one of my best friends were to do me wrong, or they were to upset me, or they were to, you know, come out to be fake, you know, I'd always see it as like a blessing. Because something, you don't have to believe in God. I believe in God. God removed them for a reason, you know, and that needed to happen. So in my head, it's a celebration. I'm like, cool. That's one less, you know, thorn in my back. That's one less splinter in my finger. You know, that's gone. And I think that's so important, because the way you react to it is more important than the person actually being fake. Because, like I said, people are going to disappoint you at some stage in your life. You're going to get disappointed. I'd even say it, look, I've got a very tight circle. Like, me and the members, like, I don't want to put their names out there, but they know who they are, you know. And we've had a close-knit friendship since we were little kids. And there's been a time where they've disappointed me. I've even probably disappointed them, right? But their reaction to it, their feelings towards it, is more important than, you know, the action that's taken place. You feel me? So for me, dealing with fake people, the best way to do is not deal with it at all. Just keep pushing every day. Just keep moving. It's gonna happen. People around you, the closest people to you, are gonna hurt you the most, and that is the biggest thing. Remember, your enemies are your enemies because you know they're on that side of the road. They're there. It's the ones that are standing on your road that hurts. You know.
It's actually so true.
Exactly. So, but making sure that your reaction to it is the most important thing. Now, I can't tell you how to react. I can tell you that you shouldn't. You should keep it moving, and you should see it as a celebration that there's one less thorn in your back. But everyone's going to react how they want to react, you know. And I can't sit here on a podcast and say that I haven't reacted before, because obviously I'm here in a situation and I have these opinions and I have this way of looking at it because I probably have reacted in the past. You know, I probably had people in my circle and people who are formerly a part of the members that are not a part of the members no more, because of what they did, and my reaction probably wasn't positive, and I was taken aback by it. But now looking back, I wish I just would have not reacted, and I would have just let it be what it be, because I believe that God made it happen for a reason. It's come out so that that person was removed, you know. But that's how I see it, you know. How would you view it?
as much as I agree with what you're saying, like everything you said, I agree with it to a T. However, I feel like, you know, when it's, because let's be real, like I have a very, very tight circle too. And I feel like if one of my very close friends was fake or did me wrong, and it depends on the level of whatever they did. Like if it's something small and minor, it's not that deep. Like we all make mistakes. Shit happens. I've made them, you've made them, Tracy, you've made them. Everyone's made somewhat mistakes. But if it's something like crazy, I can happily sit here and say like, it's a blessing, blah, blah, blah. Which, yeah, it would be. Like, I would think like that eventually. But I feel like in that point in time, my emotions would be raging. And I know this for a fact. However, I think I've come to a point in my life where, let's take Tracy, for example, since, you know, you're sitting right here. And you know that she actually knows this. We've had this conversation before. Tracy knows.
I'm dreading to hear what she's about to say.
You know this. We've had this conversation before. If you was to do something mad, what have I always said I would do?
Cut me off.
I would cut her off. Like, I wouldn't even have, it wouldn't even be a conversation thing. Like, I don't want to deal with that because Tracy is someone that I would not expect to do something like that. And I know people, we've hurt, shut up, Tracy. I've hurt you before, you've hurt me before, but friends hurt each other. That's okay. But doing your friend dirty is a whole different thing to hurting your friend. Like, I would never go behind your back and on purpose do something towards you. Do you know what I mean? Of course we're going to hurt each other. We're human at the end of the day. We all make mistakes. But I would cut them off because I don't want to deal with it. It's not even that I don't want to deal with it. You should just, if you're not on the same level as me and you can't respect me and you don't have the same morals as me, you shouldn't be in my life. But at the same time, I could cut her off, but I would be raging. But she wouldn't see that. She don't need to see that. But I would 100% be raging. And I know this about myself.
I think we spoke about it in the first podcast, and it's that whole thing, it's that whole journey of life of when we have to gain control over your emotions.
You need to. It's such an important thing.
Because
if you can't control your own emotions, you can't control anything.
I think as I like grow up, and even like recently, like even from the podcast till now, like, you know, I'm still on that journey of controlling my emotions. Like I wouldn't say I'm 100% there, but when people do you dirty or people upset you or people let you down, you know, looking at it from a third party perspective in your own brain, your own mind is so important because it allows you to take emotion out of it. Remember, 99% of the things or the interactions with human beings to human beings, and when they go wrong, it's because emotions were involved.
Yeah.
Now, if logic and perspective was involved, a lot of those situations will not be blown out of proportion, you know? And I think before you even react to somebody doing you dirty, you should be on this journey anyway of controlling them emotions, you know, that because like all three of us agreed, eventually somebody's going to disappoint you. But it's how you react to it will make all the difference going forward. Because remember, like, even in a relationship, now I ain't got too much experience in relationships. So I'm not going to be out here giving relationship, you know.
Why are you looking at me?
Relationship.
No, it's just the way this. I ain't got too much experience in a
ain't
relationship.
I don't know about that lifestyle.
You hear me?
That's Rico.
I ain't got no experience with that. But
Ladies, at him.
please don't. I'm scared. But
Mr. Rico. He said I'm scared. He said I'm scared.
What? Do females scare you now?
that's a whole nother podcast episode. So I think even in a relationship, when somebody upsets you, somebody lets you down, you know, your emotions involved in it is so important. Because remember, they say when you get in a relationship, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you know, there's love involved.
Thanks for adding that in.
Come on, we got to include everybody. So there's feelings involved, there's love involved, you know, there's happiness involved.
Not always.
Not always, but in the general
Majority of the
consensus,
time, yeah.
in the general consensus, you know, and I think your controlling of your emotions and you being able to see from a third party's perspective, and if that person does let you down, the person does upset you, you know, I think it helps you to see what that situation is for what it is. Because sometimes we just be crashing out for no reason, even over the littlest of things, even me included.
He's using the words crash out very, like, are you a
Do you know-
12-year-old?
Do you know what the thing is? I was with my little cousins, like, couple days back.
Because my
And now I just
sister
been crashing
came
out,
that
you
word a
feel
lot
me?
recently. Like every time my sister gets in, she's like, I'm about to crash out. I'm about to crash out.
Oh my god, I'm
And
about
I'm
to have
like,
a BF.
what is
Tracy, I'm gonna have a BF.
BF was our thing. Now this new generation is, I'm about to crash
Innit?
out. I'm about to crash out.
But-
I'm like, crash out who?
Do you know how we was like talking about friends and stuff?
Mm.
Can I have a little segment just to shout out like my little?
Yeah,
my
of
little
course,
set? Okay,
shout
so
out.
first of all, shout out to my boy Jason. Jason is the man behind the madness about everything I do in my life. So without Jason, there would be no Rico. So without Jason,
Jason,
so
follow us.
shout out to Jason. Second, we've got Aaron. Aaron is the most purest human being I've ever met. God-fearing man. Most wonderful person I've ever. Every time he's come to my house, for as many years as I've known him, he's always brought my mother chocolates.
Oh,
That's
Never
nice.
failed to do it.
nice, Aaron.
You never
Ne-
brought my mom chocolate.
Never
You
failed
want
to
my
do
mum
it.
chocolates.
It's been how many years I've known Aaron? Always brought my mom chocolates.
That is really cute. Well
Third
done, Aaron.
person we have is my friend Rahul, my twin.
Is he
Without
actually
Rahul,
your twin?
it's my twin.
He
For
looks like you.
my twin.
You're gonna show me after.
I'll show you after. So that's my twin. Without Rahul, there would be no Rico. And it's different. Rahul is the person I could ring at 4 a.m. in the morning. Yo, I need your help. Rahul be like, he'd be waking up. He'd probably be a little bit pissed off, but he'd be like, I'll be there in 20. Rahul, I don't think Rahul knows how much Rahul means to me, you know. And I remember from the last podcast, I shouted my mum out. We're gonna shout her out a bit later, but I have to shout these lot out because without these lot, I wouldn't be the person I am today. So I've got a lot of love for Rahul. Rahul is my twin. Everything I ever needed in life, Rahul's there. And lastly, but not least, is one of my closest friends is Renee. Now Renee has more personality and more banter, and he's the funniest human being that you've ever meet. Renee has more jokes up his sleeve that I could not lose count. If we can be together at 6 a.m. in the morning, tired, we can be back from the club.
From the club.
From the club. And he'd be making jokes. He'd be making us laugh all the way up until 10 a.m. in the morning. Renee's that type of person that in any given situation, he'll make a joke. And sometimes it's funny. Sometimes like, damn, shut your ass up. But without Renee, there would be no livelihood in the members. So those are the members. So by the way, so we got Jason, we got Aaron, we got Rahul, and we got Renee. So yeah, shouts out to them.
To the members.
Shout out to
Shout
the
out to the
members. But yeah,
members.
sorry.
So just a quick, like, to put it out there,
Mm.
the next podcast, you're not going to be sitting there by yourself. You are going to have
No,
at
no,
least
no, no,
one
no.
or two.
Yeah,
No, no.
why have you never
Or
brought
your
the
mum.
members
Do you know what
on?
the
Or
thing
your
is?
mum. Here.
Do you know what the thing is,
You're
yeah?
not coming alone.
No.
Okay.
Do you know the thing is, we need to bring Mumsy on this.
Yeah.
We have to, you know? And we have to bring Mumsy on it. So next time I'm here, Mumsy finna be right there.
Mumsy, this is an official invite to Pretty Psycho podcast because you know your son Rico just thinks he's a bit too fly, but we think you're more.
That's
fly.
the-
I think when you come,
Come
you're
on.
going to humble him. So.
Yeah,
we have to
yeah,
take
he
the
needs
shoes off
humbling.
again. Did we, did
Those
the camera-
shoes
okay,
need to
okay,
be
okay.
I'll
buried.
vomit. That's so
What does your mum think of those shoes? They need
I
to
think
be
that says it
buried.
all. That face says it all,
They
you
need to be
know.
buried, yeah?
Their face says it all. You
We don't like
even
the
need to talk
silver?
Too much.
Don't like
They
the
are
silver.
Listen,
ugly.
I just got all 4 tires done on my car. I will happily run over those shoes.
Do you want me to take them and just throw them away for you?
Not even the way I laced them.
I feel like maybe you're
No.
upset because you spent money on them, but it's okay to return things.
And
you know,
what
like-
makes you think they look good with the fit as well? On top of that,
Okay, now
I'm
you're
getting
just insulting
cooked.
me.
I'm getting
Stop
cooked.
that, stop that. We're
But-
talking about
but-
positive thinking and positivity, and you're just throwing a lot of negativity on him. The shoes were enough, man. The shoes were enough. Okay.
Shouts out to the people in the comment section that I hope somebody says, hey man, his fit looks fly.
Do you know what's so
Where did
funny?
that American
He's
come
gonna
from?
pick
Hey,
up.
man.
He's gonna pick up that one person out
That
of
says
50
it. He's gonna send it
that's
to us.
saying the
innit?
shoes
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
screenshot it and send
I'm a
it.
screenshot it. You feel me?
I
Man.
promise you, 50 overpower one. The
No,
power of
no.
maths. Wow.
No, but he's gonna see that one and be like, "Yes, my shoes are great. I did a good job."
This is a reason to.
Next
keep
time you
them.
go shopping, maybe you should FaceTime one of us and we'll
Yeah.
help.
Do you know what? I'm actually
Or
going to do
FaceTime
that.
your mum. You know,
I'm going
like-
to actually do that. I'm going to FaceTime it. And I'm going to pick out a line of shoes. And the
be
one you lot pick
Okay.
is the one I'll definitely not
not
get.
I
You
knew he was
feel
gonna
me?
say that. I knew he was gonna say that.
Do you know what? I'm not even gonna cuss out the shoes anymore. I'm done with the shoes.
I'm about to
done.
crash out with these shoes.
I'm about to have a
Did I
BF,
say it right? Did I
because
say it right?
I'm about to have a BF, mate. I'm not doing this crash out business.
I'm about to crash out.
Do you know what the thing is? Last time I was like picking up their lingo. Now they're picking up the crash out lingo. So that's gone reverse.
Listen, when I tell you now, yeah,
Tracy's picking it up. I'm not.
I'm picking it up from at home. Like my little brother. Why is it every 20 seconds? Skibbity tissue toilet roll. Like
Why?
what? Shut up. Shut up.
Pardon?
Your brain is rotting. Your brain is you know, kids these days, I know this is a complete side note, but their brain is rotting. I swear.
Yeah, because they're always.
He's
just on
sitting there
iPads
going,
and stuff.
you know, whenever I have a problem, like let's say for example, I don't know, I'm trying to put the leash on the dog and the dog won't let me put the leash on. My brother literally looks at me and goes, that's a skill issue. What the hell is a skill issue? I mean, I know when you separate the words, it's a skill issue, but they say it like skill issue.
skill
That's a
issue.
skill issue. Skill issue.
A skill issue.
Skill issue. So like, for example, if your car doesn't start and my car starts, I'll drive away, and as I'm driving, I'll be like, that's a skill issue.
I'll tell you to shut the
Like,
hell up.
I swear to God, like, and it's like, whenever something's going wrong for me and he's standing there watching over me, he's like, that's a skill issue. And he says it. You know, he literally goes, that's a skill issue. And then walks away. And
He's
I
such
want
an
to
uncle.
punch him in the
Timothy,
face.
if you're watching this, you're an uncle.
I want to punch you in the face. I'm joking.
Shout out to the next generation, though.
No, but seriously, their
Nah,
brain is
the
rotting.
next generation
Like, I'm so
is
sorry.
Shouts out to them.
Respect.
Because
Hello,
remember,
look.
the generation before us probably thought that about us.
Yeah, but do you hear the lingo
So
they're
shout out.
using? Even the word lingo.
Think
Who
about the
uses word
lingo we used to use.
We
back
use
in
the word
two-
lingo.
I don't
We,
use it.
think
I've
about the
never used
lingo
word
that we used to say back in the day.
Piff.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, Leng.
Buff.
Well, to be fair, we still
Buff.
say Leng.
No, buff and piff. Who said that? Someone said that at work, piff, and I was like, oh god.
Exactly.
There was another one when you say someone's like muscly, like
Hench.
hench
Dench.
or
Hench
buffed.
is-
People say people
Buff.
in my school used to
Nah.
say buff.
No one used to say
Buff.
that. in my
Dench.
school.
It means like
Dench, yeah.
dench.
Dench, hench.
Or hench.
What does dench mean?
Where do these words
Dench.
come from? Like,
Yeah,
where
but
do
like,
these-
think about it. Like, that's our lingo.
if you've come
Yeah.
up with these words, please like comment below because
Yeah, but
I
now
wanna,
everyone's gonna be like, I came up with them. That's my lingo.
at
Like,
least people will comment. You know what I mean,
So, shouts out to the new generation, though.
no,
They finna be 10 steps ahead of where we were.
I promise you they won't.
I promise you.
Their brain is rotting. I promise you their brain is
I don't
rotting.
think so.
Can
You
I
think
tell you?
so?
I will actually tell you how I know their brain is rotting, right?
Yeah.
And it's just at home, right? When I'm looking at my brother, let's say for example he does something and the TV and the phone and everything gets taken away from him, technology gets taken away from him. This boy will come up with some of the most serious life questions ever. Like he will just be like, I don't know, he'll be like, how do you think planes fly? Like what propellers do you think planes do? Like this is not stuff he's asked me before, but this is just like the level of things that he will ask some very serious, how do you know God is real? Like he will ask some serious questions. Like I remember one time he asked me and my sister
But were you
something.
asking those questions when you were his age?
I wasn't. But what I'm saying
Shouts
is,
out to the new
but what I'm
generation.
saying is, this is only on the basis that their technology gets removed. Once he's on the screen, he's saying skill issue, and he's saying skibbity toilet riz. What the hell is skibbity toilet riz? What riz?
I'm
Oh, and another.
confused.
That's another word, riz.
Riz.
I'm rizzing this
Riz.
girl up.
Riz.
What does
I
that
heard-
mean?
No, but our generation say Riz.
I've never said riz.
Like
I've
if-
never
if-
heard
if-
riz.
if my
riz.
if my can't
I'm
say names,
rizzing
but
her up.
if one of the members be outside and they with a female, and
He's
they,
not saying the name because I'm betting.
He's got a
I'm
girl.
guessing that member has a girl.
That
yeah.
member has a girl.
no,
Girls, make sure you're watching. Ask your man.
he like, and if he's that's Riz. I say Riz. I don't say Riz as much as I used to, but still Riz.
Nah, these
I like
I
the word
can't
Riz.
lie. I'm
He's
telling
trying to
you,
justify the use of Riz.
the
That's
young
what's happening right
generation
now.
is.
By the way, I ain't got no Riz.
Their brain is rotting.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Do you know my brother one time was trying to tell me my brain is
She
rotting, and
missed
he
it.
said my rot is braining. He said my rot is braining.
Your rot is braining.
Your rot is braining.
Are you guys good?
Your rot is definitely braining today, Miss.
Nah, listen. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Did you not understand what I was saying? My rot is braining.
Yeah, your
instead of
rot
my
is
brain is
braining.
rotting.
Yeah, your rot is braining.
Your
No,
rot is
no,
braining.
that's not
Understood you.
okay.
It is okay.
Yes.
Your rot was braining today, though. It's
So
what I'm trying to
you
explain to you.
are attacking me because I have a stutter.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out
don't
to
like
the new
it.
generation, though.
Sure, shout out to the
Fuck
new.
the new generation.
Timothy
Nah, I'm
Siva,
joking. The new
shout out to
generation's
you.
fine.
They're cool, man. They have
Go on.
I think why the new generation shout out to them is that they're so much more advanced than we are because of the accessibility that they have.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like
I think it's too much, though.
yeah. But in any good bad, there's good. So there's so much
Yeah,
that they
but
can learn
you know-
quicker than we could ever learn.
True, but you know the new generation.
Mm.
Do they touch grass? Because I promise you, they don't go outside and touch grass. They're just indoors on their iPads.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They don't go
100%.
touch grass.
My
Like,
brother
it's
will
mad.
have a full-on crying fit if you take away the iPad
Mm.
or the TV or the phone. You know, my brother one time, and this has to be desperation. I swear to God. Last week, yeah, we were in Amsterdam. This boy took my phone. He knew the password to my phone because it's his birthday, right? He took my phone. He went on my settings. he deleted the password and deleted my Face ID off my phone, changed the password and changed the Face ID. And I'm thinking, I'm at work and I'm thinking, why can't I access, this isn't this phone, it's my other phone. And I'm thinking, why can't I access my phone? Why is my phone not working? And I'm trying everything and it's not working. And I asked my man, did you change the password? He's like, no. My mum, no. My sister, no. I go to my brother, did you change my password? And he goes, no. And then I just take the phone and I just put it up to his face and it unlocked. And you know the level of desperation that you need to be at to take somebody's personal device, delete their Face ID off it.
I'm not surprised it's Timothy.
No. I'm surprised because you actually had to get to that. You actually got to that. That's insane. For me, for you to be that addicted to devices and social media and whatever. And the thing is, the stuff they watch is not even like good stuff. Like it's rubbish.
Yeah,
it's a toilet talking. Why are you watching a
yeah,
toilet
but
talk?
you can't get mad at them.
We had
because if you
Gangnam
haven't-
Style, so
Yeah.
like they might have a toilet.
Gangnam
We had
Style, at least
Gangnam
that was
Style.
a song that
that's
you
what
could
they know,
dance.
innit?
Gangnam Style.
If they know that from young, that's what they know. Like
We
I
had-
know people with kids, yeah, that don't give them iPads, don't give them
We used to have that
phones.
girl that did the sitting on the toilet. Do you not remember that video? Or am I too
No.
old for that?
How are you saying too
We're
old? I'm
older than you.
Oh, we used to have the cup song.
Cop song,
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
and we had the
wait,
knife
wait,
thing,
wait.
and we had the knife thing, yeah, that.
Yeah, I don't know.
We had a thing with a knife. They may have a
All
toilet.
around. Too bad whiskey for the way. And I sure would like some sycophanese. And I'm leaving tomorrow. What do you say? When I'm gone. When I'm
But remember, they may have a toilet. We were stabbing.
Oh my
true,
god,
we
I
were
used to
stabbing
be
our
so
hands.
good at
Yeah.
that. I was
Think
the
about that.
queen
I
at
can
that.
still do it. I can't lie.
Same,
This
I
is lit.
was sick at that.
Why was you sick at
I don't
putting
know.
the knife through the
That means she knows her way around the knife. I don't know what to say to you.
tie?
That
Yeah,
means
that-
she's good in the kitchen.
I am a great.
She's
in the
good
kitchen
in the kitchen.
and other things.
Shouts out to the cooking.
Yes.
You feel? You feel?
Anyways, I feel like we've been on this topic of
Okay.
brain rot for too long.
Next question.
Okay. I'm gonna mix the two questions together because we're just conscious of time.
Mm-hmm.
So, one was your childhood. Do you wish that sometimes it was different? That's one. And two, do you sometimes envy people for the childhood? Oh my god.
For the
Do you
childhood they had.
sometimes and yes, that one. I'm gonna bug out. I'm gonna crash out.
I was late, but listen, at least
My
someone doing
words
what
are
you're
not
doing.
coming out of my mouth.
So, would I change anything about my childhood? I think I'll change me, not my childhood. Like I wish, like we talked about earlier, like wish I, valued education more. Wish I took more time. But I would never change my childhood. Like I think growing up in the struggle that I did and growing up, the way I did, I think that I was. But we said it right at the start. I miss that struggle. I do like growing up, like the way we did. I was fortunate, like to be in a situation that I was. Now looking back, like it was fun, like just being outside, like sometimes just doing nothing outside, but just being outside. Like I didn't have a lot. I grew up quite poor, but that didn't mean that my parents didn't give me an opportunity to be me, and for that, I would never change it. And I had the two best parents in the world, like, God rest his soul. My father was, the best like dad I could have ever had, and my mother, she's still, you don't know how much love I got from Mumsy. And I think just my childhood was simplicity in the struggle, because although I didn't have much, I felt like I had everything. Like, for example, we were talking about earlier, like just going to the chicken shop, that meant everything. It weren't even really the food sometimes. It was just the company of friends, having nothing, giving me that access to, go outside and, play outside and have an opportunity to be myself as a kid. I couldn't ever change that, and I'm grateful for the childhood I am, because it allowed me to have a sense of confidence and also a sense of exploration of me being an adult now. Like I love to like figure out more and do more and be more and have a sense of like adventure in terms of like and curiosity of the world, because I had that as a kid. I wanted to go outside. What was outside? I don't know, but we'll find out. Let's go to the park. Okay, cool. What else is in the park? Like, I think that stemmed into my actual adult life now. And I think a lot of who I am was stemmed from the fact that of the struggle that I had as a kid. And when it comes to envying another childhood, no. never ever end, because I don't know what anybody's childhood was like. Like, I don't, like, I could have been able to, even as a kid, I was never really like, I never looked at somebody who had more than me and feel like, I wish I had that, because like, even as young as like I was a child, I still knew that, like, okay, he may have this, but I don't know what else is going on in their life, you know? And I never envied anybody, and I still don't envy anybody's childhood, because, you know, my childhood was my childhood, you know, and I loved it for what it was. And envying somebody else's, I don't know, it's not something that I would have done or I would do, because at the end of the day, I don't know what they're going through, and I don't know what their childhood was like. And even if it was all sunshines and rainbows, like, that's their sunshines and rainbows. I had my own. They just looked like concrete and a bit of rain, but that's okay, because that's what made my childhood mine, you know? So yeah, I loved my childhood. Shout out to my mumsy, shout out to my dad, shout out to my sister. Shout out to my sister, man. She's doing a lot, and you know, she makes me proud to be a brother. You know, my sister's cool, you know, and she's somebody that, like, you know, she gets it. She gets what it is to be, you know, and she always says it, like, I want to be my type of woman. And she's saying that, like, she wants to be her own type of woman. And do you know what? That, like, makes me proud as a brother, that, like, you know, she doesn't want to fit into any stereotype. She don't want to fit into any norms. She wants to figure it out for herself. She wants to be a one of one. That makes me proud, you know. So shout out to my sister. You know what I mean?
Nice.
But yeah,
That is nice.
I try.
That was cute.
You feel me?
Very
Shout out to her.
heartfelt.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, to be fair, like, I could go on for hours about how, like, amazing, like, my sister is, how amazing my mum is. What an amazing dad I had. Like, you know, I had a good dad. I had a really, really good dad, hardworking dad. He showed me, like, what it was to just be a hardworking human being, not a hardworking man, a hardworking human being, period. Because that's what he was. He just worked hard. Always had a smile on his face. Never showed me that he was tired, even though he'd work maybe 15 hours, 14 hours. He'd still come home and have time to be dad, take me to wherever I needed to go, you know. Gave me an opportunity when I needed one, you know. So yeah, shout out to my dad as well, you know. Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, I miss him a lot, you know. But I know he's watching, and I know hopefully I'm making him proud, you know.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, I'm sure
Thank
you
you.
already are.
You're
You're
a
doing
great
a
man.
lot already. I can't
Yeah.
lie. Like,
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot, you know. And I always say, anywhere I go, if I can be like 1% of the man he was, like, I've lived an amazing life, you know, because he was like everything. Like, my dad was like I looked up to him to like he was like 50 feet tall in my eyes. Like, I always was looking up, thinking, okay, how can I get there? And I don't know, even if I can be 1% of that. And then one day, if God allows it, I have my own children, you know, and I hope they see me like that, you know. But yeah, shouts out to him.
stick a moment.
You feel me?
That was a deep one.
That was a deep one.
Yeah, you know, I am truly blessed, because, you know, genuinely, I feel like in terms of childhood, I was truly blessed. Like, it was a fun childhood, and it's a fun life. I think life is fun. Like, and I know I might be saying that, and people could be like, yeah, but you're only saying that because this is not, and but I'm only talking about me. I think life is fun. Mate, listen, shit may not always work out. Shit may not go
Perception.
you know what I mean?
It's all
Shit
about
may
how
not
you
go
see
the
it.
way you want it to go, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Life is what you make it. If you
Yeah.
think life is fun, life is fun.
fun.
If you're sitting there depressed and you think life is depressing, life will be
It's
depressing.
Facts.
It is all about perception.
Perception and
You
perspective.
could be having a shit day. Like, I could, God forbid, touch wood, crash my car tomorrow. Yeah, I'm having a shit day. Yeah, everyone touch it 'cause I don't want to do that. Just got it washed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could crash my car tomorrow, but and if I sit there depressed, I'm gonna be depressed. Like, it's already happened. But if I'm sitting there sulking about it, that's how my day's gonna go. That's how my week's gonna go. Maybe my month. But if I perceive it as, okay, cool, it's happened. Fuck it, it's materialistic. I'll go get a new car. Like, it's literally how you perceive things. And that's
Yeah.
It
so
goes back to that
important.
having control over your emotions.
Yeah.
You know.
It's so important. But Tracy, answer the question too.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna just end this with just question, because I think this question is really important. So,
Yeah.
guys, we actually didn't say it, but Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Happy
Yes,
New
We're
Year,
in
kids.
2025.
You made
And
it.
speaking of the new year, obviously we spoke to you last year, and your perception of things was quite similar to how you're talking now. And I think last year we spoke about a lot of deep conversations, and even this year it seems like nothing's changed. And not that it's a bad thing, but just sort of having a reflection. And I think we should all answer this question actually.
Okay.
But what are your goals? What are your goals for 2025? And is there anything you want to start or stop in the new year? Any habits that you want to stop, or anything like that? Like, where do you see yourself this year compared to last year?
In terms of my goals for this year, I think my goals are always going to be the same. It's just, make the most out of this life that I live. We'll see what happens by December this year. Some things may happen, some things may not happen. I might go somewhere, I might not go somewhere, but just make the most out of life, And in terms of like any like other goals, this might be a bit, TMI, I don't know, but I've really been like personally, just trying to get closer to God. I've really been trying to work on like, my relationship with not only just God, but just, how I talk to God. Like, I'm not always just talking to God when I need something, but just having conversations with God. Like, I think me personally, like, everyone's entitled to the way they see life, and I'm not going to preach anything, or I'm not going to put anything on anyone. This is just my perspective. Like, I think God is good, and, put God in your life, and life will fall into place. Before I had God in my life, like life was tough. But as soon as I allowed God into my life, I feel like I've had a lot more crystal clarity, And I mean, even so much as practicing, like celibacy. Like, I'm really like trying to like relearn my relationship with women, And I think that's a really, really important step, and that's a very vulnerable thing for me to say and to put out there. I want to re-educate what it is to be around a woman, And in order for me to do that, I think I want to take a little step back and, work on me, be on a bit of a celibate journey, and then, we'll see what happens when it happens. But, I think that's a big goal for me, to re-educate myself and, allow myself to be around a woman and be vulnerable around a woman. And, but in order for me to do that, I still have to learn the relationship of what it is to, have control over not just who I am, but, lustful thinking and, bettering myself, and in terms of, being around, a female, that's something I'm really, really big on, and I want to be able to be at a point, where I have control over that type of stuff, So for me at the moment, biggest goal will always be, just make the most out of life, but also try and get a little bit closer to God, and, try being celibate as well. So those are like my three things. What about you lot?
Well, I think I can very much relate to you. I think that whole celibacy thing, but also I think more importantly just my relationship with God and my relationship with other people as well. I think I'm very quick to, we've spoken about this before a lot on the podcast, like I run away very quickly, very easily. I don't stay like when things get tough, you see me, I'm on the other side of the room. I'm not there.
I the world more like
confrontate. Yeah, the other side of the
We were just talking about with spiders earlier.
Yeah, I know. I literally said to him, if I see a spider there, I'm leaving the building or locking myself in the toilet. I'm not staying.
she's not even joking.
I'm not. But we were even talking about this. I want to go one day on I'm a Celeb. When we are celebrities, I'm going to go on I'm a Celeb. That's something, because I want to overcome that. But I think, like, just for me personally, I want to work on my relationship with God. I want to start going to church a lot more often. I want to also just, like, I guess, speak to people about it, because I think it's really easy to have a relationship with God, between yourself and God. But I think there's power in numbers, I think there's power in speaking to other people about it, because sometimes you're not always going to feel like God is there. And I think when you talk to people, they help you, even if it's non-religious people as well. Like, I think you really see the goodness of God, like just living life in general. But yeah, just my relationships with people, because I think I need to really work on my communication skills. That's one thing that it's just there at the top of my list. And God, obviously. What do you think? What do you think your goals for 2025 are?
do need to work on your communication skills.
Do you know what? This girl is on smoke today. I'm gonna
Not
punch
with
her in the
me.
face.
Not with me.
Crash out.
It's not with me.
Okay, thank you.
You communicate with me.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. So, in terms of goals that I want for myself, oopsie daisy. Sorry,
That was me.
guys.
Or was that
No,
both
that
of
was
us?
both
That was
of us.
both of
High
us.
five, same time. I don't like speaking about things until they're done, so I'm not going to talk about specific goals. But in terms of goals for myself, I really want to this year have better control over my emotions. And I think from last year, and I think Tracy will agree with me on this, I have a lot better control over my
100%.
emotions. A lot better.
100%.
But I really want to master that control. That's something I really want to do. That's one thing. I need to smash out gym this year, guys. And I have been doing great. I keep going to the gym and then not eating right. And then I stop going because we have holidays and stuff. Nah, it's been like a
No
month.
more holidays.
It's
That's
been like
it.
a month and a half. I've been smashing out gym, eating correctly. I'm bulking right now. And it's actually just, it's going to a T. And you know what? It's been over 21 days. It's become a habit now. So I don't even miss any days now. I don't go out. Like, I'm really just on this path. And I keep seeing 1111. I don't know if you're into them. Like
Angel
seeing
numbers, right?
angel numbers,
Yeah.
which means I'm on the right path, which is amazing. I think I also need to work on my relationships with my friends and, you know.
Yes, you do. I'm joking.
Can you shut up? I think there are some of my friends I probably don't see as much, which I need to. But you know, as adults, it just gets really difficult.
I think we spoke about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just so many things I want to do, and I feel like the work before me reaching my goals begins with myself. When I get myself to a certain place, I think all my goals will fall into place. But is there anything else? I'm trying to think. I think honestly that's it. I'm just trying to achieve my goals, do good, keep a calm and collected mind, and just get through this year and literally achieve success.
And go to Egypt.
And go to Egypt.
It's a long time coming.
Yeah. About that. I'm not going. No, I'm joking. I will go before she's going to kill me. Oh,
But guys,
yeah.
on an actual... Wait, are you finished?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk.
On an actual side note, guys, we have
know what you're gonna
amazing
talk about.
news.
I knew she was going to say
We have
this.
some amazing news. If you haven't already noticed, that makes you a fake fan and do better. But we have a vlog
He's looking
now.
around. You know that he's at will. Listen, guys, we have Pretty Psycho vlogs now.
We do.
Yes.
And we went to
Rico's
India.
keeping up to date with them, so
I seen
you
the
should
India
too.
vlog. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
see it.
Yes.
We went to India
Fire.
for my brother's wedding.
I went to India.
Yeah, she went to, it was so funny. We vlogged every single day. Day 1 is out right now.
Yes.
We do need to post day 2, which we will in the upcoming
Very,
week.
very soon.
But guys, you need to go watch them because you know this one. Hilarious.
I was in Egypt. I was not in India. I'll
Oh,
tell
please,
you that
I don't want
now.
it. Do you know how many times I heard that? I'm in Egypt. I'm in
Guys,
Egypt. I'm in Egypt.
If you can tell us an accurate number of how many times I said I'm in Egypt, we should do a giveaway or something.
Do you know what? Yeah,
honestly,
Let's do that. Cool.
we will give away
What are
a
we giving away?
£50 voucher. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
fuck it.
Fuck it.
Why not?
£50 voucher
Can I
for anyone.
enter in that?
Yeah, of course. For
It's
anyone
okay.
who
I'll
can
get
correctly
that
state-
50.
And the
You
first
do.
person, it's the first person who can correctly state how many times I've said I'm in Egypt, not India, or anything to do with Egypt regarding me being in India.
You have to comment below in this video when it's posted.
Yes, you do. Oh, I thought you wanted a high five.
You left that hanging.
Two deadly fans.
I was literally doing this.
Oh,
to
sorry. High
high-five you.
five.
We've got
We
15
don't do
seconds
that, though.
left.
We do this.
We got
Quick. Guys, this is our handshake. Just so
15
you
seconds
know.
left.
Anything you want to say?
Yeah. Top 3 favorite humans ever. Jeff Hardy, Rod Wave, and then we have
I
Bryson
love
Tiller.
Broadway. Heart been broke so many times.
Don't
know
know
what
Right,
what
to
to
guys,
believe.
outro. Come on, ADHD
You give the
brains.
outro. I do have
Guys,
ADHD, I think.
as always, thank you for watching. Stay pretty, stay psycho, and stay watching Pretty Psycho
Fuck it,
podcast.
do it again quickly.
As always, stay pretty,
Tracy.
stay psycho, and stay watching Pretty Psycho podcast. Bye.